Vrchat.
Ah, Vrchat. Stop. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel old.
Well, technically this is Minecraft, just on the Vrchat platform, but
Oh my god, he has a manly burp avatar. I love it. I love it. Do you think he has like feathers all over his body? Or is it just that the head is feathery and it sort of ends around his collarbone?
platform, but Vrchat. There is truly
Schmaxy.
nothing like it. A platform where you can virtually communicate with people all around the world. It really is a feat in technology and the human race. And that's all there is to say about it.
Wait, is this like Vrchat Minecraft? There is Minecraft in Vrchat? Does it, can you, the villagers, can you make baby villagers with the villagers?
What the fuck is that?
Let's see, I have Phantom Touch, Phantom Pain, Phantom Sense, Phantom Smell, Phantom Taste.
I don't want to go to the Minecraft VR anymore. I changed my mind. I don't wanna. I think it was a bad idea. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm no. Fuck that. No.
Phantom Pregnancy, I have a lot of it.
Yeah.
Phantom pregnancy? What? Hello? What? What?
It's that time of year again.
What?
The time for the annual Vrchat video where we jump once again into the belly of the beast that from the outside is perceived to be people seemingly wearing their mental illnesses as badges.
Damn. Age fluid, gender fluid, selective. What? 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 You know, we do really have to bring shaming back. Absolutely. We have to. What is this? Anorexic, OCD, denial, stress, Alzheimer's, dyslexia, furry, wolf. We have to bring shaming back.
What the fuck? No!
Apparently, it's also the epicenter for
We have to.
dissociative identity disorder, or DID, with it being a regular occurrence to come across someone who has it, like, it's really common for some reason.
This is what gentle parenting does to a kid. This is it. Literally, if you have a child, gentle parenting, boom, furry.
People spending most of their time staring at themselves and others through mirrors. Your average world being congested with so many poorly optimized avatars with multiple toggles, with most being over.
Oh, no, that was a stomach. I thought it was a boob first. Oh, that was not a boob, was it? Is this Bowers model? I feel like it's Bowers model.
As with multiple toggles, with most being over 100 megabytes a piece, resulting in my PC seizing up.
What?
And my bandwidth being evidently, essentially, faithful. The humping of pixels on the platform is normal to hear about. There's even a whole monetized industry.
Wait, there's only 35 for ERP? What do I get for the ultimate? Do I get like... What's in the ultimate?
For it now.
Weird flows to, and she's
It's
your pimp.
Scrappy!
And you have sex with people in VR for $10 an hour?
Not $10 exact. Well, she said $10.
Yes, you can pay 5 whole goober dollars for what is essentially a solo cardio session of hip thrusting and self-meat tenderizing, which comes with the added side effect of disgusting anyone that has to witness said actions outside of the headset. Some people actually living in the game and competing for the most hours played.
I built this shit! Me! Brick by brick!
You also have a predator problem on the platform, and
Wow, that's surprising. A predator problem? Who would have guessed that? That's crazy.
moderation, which itself has a
Imagine
lot
that.
of contention surrounding it, and a whole lot of femboys.
Why are the fanboys always on Vrchat? Why are you like this? What you doing over there, huh?
Haven't seen this many in the wild since they started to adopt Vtuber.
Yoski and chat skul bongo tap. What are we watching? Lamp.
We are watching The Fanboys, The Life of a Fanboy documentary.
But each to their own, you do you. This is basically what Vrchat has been known for a number of years, and it's all totally accurate.
What do you mean? Why do I recognize those people? Why do you recognize these people? What have you done? What are you doing?
Or is it? We'll speak more about that later. But this is my third annual video on the topic, excluding the other videos about specific niches surrounding the platform, but it's almost been 2 years now since that first video. And obviously I don't need to tell you what Vrchat is. I've gave you the David Attenborough special each time when explaining it, and I'm about to do it again.
No!
Not really. I already know half of you have an attention span cooked beyond repair, and
Fuck, he knows. How does he know? Who told him? He knows.
the other half have
God
me in the
damn it.
background whilst their colony is about to get hit by a solar flare, or if their mother consumed too much Tylenol when they were a fetus, they are probably dealing
Damn, he's so self-aware about his audience. I actually find it very respectable.
with a resource shortage due to a bottleneck they can't seem to find in their maze of belts and machines they've made. So, I'll keep it simple. I wouldn't really say Vrchat is really a game, it's more of a social platform best experienced in VR. There are no clear goals to complete or any ways to win unlike normal games, unless you count interacting with the absolute dregs of society as a victory.
Come on, it's a good song. See, he doesn't even speak English.
What the
All
fuck?
there mainly is to do is interact with other people. You could maybe join the handful of minigame worlds that are slowly dying, because most world developers, due to the game being mainly community run, have taken a page out of Valve's book and work on everything but games. There's plenty of cozy worlds though. Sometimes way too many if you ask me.
Yeah, remember that? Remember that, Froshi? When you showed me that world, you know, with the cages and the leash and the little shiny latex thing. Yeah, the leather one. Yeah.
But despite the main thing to
Remember?
do on VRChat
I
being to
remember.
socialise, which may be asking too much for most of you who are socially inept, and it being initially released in 2014, it would go on to see a huge success in 2017. Not just down to it now being available on the Steam platform, but also with the rise of content created around it. Mainly the Uganda Knuckles meme.
Oh, dude. Okay, but this was a good meme. Okay, I will always protect this meme. Do you know the way meme is? Chef kiss.
You know the way.
Do you know the way?
Ebola to know the way.
Uganda Knuckles, I'm pretty sure, is indirectly responsible for where VRChat is in the present, and is still what most people know it for to this day. And without it, VRChat would have probably died. Onwards into 2019 and early 2020, it got even more popular due to more content creators and streamers playing it.
The big whale at the back! Big whale! No! Get the whale out! Snow
Is that soda? It almost sounds like soda.
Max, I did not choose you! Get the f*** off the stage!
And due to everyone being inside at the time,
It's XQC. No, because no, it's impossible. I understood everything he said. That can't be XQC. He didn't even. Yeah, I understood him. That cannot be XQC. I'm sorry. It's him. No, it's impossible. No, I don't believe that.
and being socially deprived as a result of the COVID lockdown, this would result in VRChat once again prospering and seeing a high player count. And this is also where a lot of people that still play to this day were introduced to the platform, well, that and the Uganda Knuckles craze. But later on you had the worst mistake VRChat has ever made, which is a hill I will vehemently defend and die on, which was making the game available to the Quest 2, leading to an influx of kids, which in my opinion changed the landscape of
Ew.
VRChat as a whole, especially public lobbies, with most being turned into inhospitable daycares,
Well, almost. Is that not the only insult?
Okay, sure.
leading a majority of PC and legacy players to go into private instances instead of public ones.
honestly, based. Very relatable reaction.
which is still a thing to this day. And then going past 2021, VRChat faced a few years of barely any significant updates, where the game sort of stagnated for a bit before receiving regular updates and recently getting pushed back into the forefront of the internet once again. But that is a brief synopsis of VRChat, and yeah, it's been 2 years since we started doing this, and a lot has changed since that first video.
Surely, now that the generation grew up, every VR chatters is mature and smart and adult and responsible and forward thinking and everything, you know, it must be. And furry, no?
The first being this.
Oh my god! I love that thing. Oh, I want that thing.
I think this was a
Fuck.
great addition to the game, first good thing they've added in the past decade.
I want
but
it!
Please make it so I can spam it and give people an auditory aneurysm. And also, the content surrounding VRChat
want
has
it.
dramatically changed from what it used to be, where it was previously things like people mutually having fun in lobbies like this.
You wanna see my final form? You like jazz?
But in the last year and a half, it's more turned into showcasing the absolute worst people present on this game.
My daughter has PTSD with weapons and phantom pain. We told him that. He pulled a fucking gun, chased her around, and shot her, saying, "Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Do you feel that?"
My
No comment. Based.
son is the owner of this world. You are talking the wrong way to the wrong fucking person, and I'm not in the mood for it.
I mentioned this in the previous video where VRChat trolling was somewhat still emerging, still in its infancy if you will, and now it's everywhere. It's probably the most watched content surrounding VRChat.
Really? I could have sworn that VR chat content is like becoming less and less, especially ever since you can use like Varudo for like 3D tracking. Like you don't even have to go into VR chat worlds if you want to use it as like a VTuber or something.
That and maybe predator hunting videos. But these videos are
But I guess I'm thinking too much about the creator point of view and not the I'm a furry.
Responsible for once again pushing VRChat back into the forefront of the internet. And I'm all for it. I've been consuming that content like a starving citizen of a third world country.
So true. Must be true.
I just personally hope to God that some of the people in said videos are paid actors, because fucking hell, I would rather be slowly skinned alive via sandpaper than experience the hell that is having a conversation with the people these channels find.
Basically, me and him had a child together in VR, and he refused to be the father.
He was the
Same. Every time someone subs to me for 9 months, we are having the same exact discussion. Me and the chatters having a new child every 9 months, and I refuse to be the father. What are you buying? It's the same.
biological father.
Of my phantom child? Yes.
What happens to a child who isn't loved properly? The answer one might expect.
Dude, but now you could load up a child model and fuel it by AI, and it would be real. That would be the phantom child. Oh my god, it's so genius. ChatGPT
Honestly,
that shit.
I do hope to God these are paid actors and people like this genuinely don't exist. But content like this has once again introduced a lot more people to VRChat, with some either trying it out to see if it's as bad as it is in the videos, which, to be honest, with my experience, it's not. These people have a very low spawn rate and you have to almost seek them out in specific worlds or groups. And then there's the people that try VRChat to—
Is that a lollipop?
VRchat to attempt to recreate the content they have seen and successfully rage bait people in lobbies with what is labelled the proximity chat clone epidemic. Named after the largest channel doing this type of content, Proximity Chat, who basically barely encourages this behaviour he encounters. Oftentimes these specimens just make the content for him.
Why furry? I don't understand. You can be literally anyone who you want to be in VRchat, and it's always a wolf or whatever the fuck this is trying to be. Why not a cat girl? Why not a big dummy mommy with big tits? Or like, I don't know, Quentin Tarantino. I don't know. Why is it always a furry?
And he needs to add little to no fuel to the fire at all.
The thing is, I'm horny now. Maddie would have more of a chance of helping me and probably wanting to help me, but...
Are you asking this guy's girlfriend to have sex with you?
As much as I want it to happen, I know she's not allowed.
Oh my...
Why does he speak like he's high? Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you?
Gosh.
And these
just jerk off like a normal degenerate.
Videos have also led to the name Proximity Chat becoming something on the same lines as a slur, as just mentioning his name in some of these communities will lead to the most visceral reactions, either leading them to immediately abandon the lobby in fear, or treating it as if that one Austrian painter who had a hand in World War II had just waltzed into the lobby with the stories they recount of his terrible crimes he had apparently performed on VRchat.
Mr. White.
They have 2 wolves inside of them and both are gay.
Rip.
He's the devil.
Who? I have never heard of this guy. Proximity Chat.
And Proximity Chat has actually been known to fucking kill people. Have people killed by people showing up at their houses.
We'll do whatever it takes to get under people's skin.
Most of the time he just sits in the corner and lets these people talk themselves into a deeper hole. Like, how is he being talked about like he's Jeffrey Dahmer? Like, what variant of Fent are these people consuming? Or did lead fuel really have that much of an impact on
lead poisoning?
Future generations? There's also been content like,
oh my god, is that my boy? Is it Marcus?
Marcus, uploaded by
I love Marcus. Marcus is the love of my life.
Rufflegate, which recently blew up and went viral, pushing it outside the
Look at this handsome man. But he already has a wife and a child, so, you know.
Reach of just VRchat players. You know, the thing that looks like a tall circumcised worm, or XQC, with a voice...
No. Marcus is too smart for that. No.
He's deeper than any Discord e-boy.
Robert, help.
What do you need help? What do you need help with?
I can't get down. It's too high.
Marcus, just let go.
I'm scared.
Help him! Marcus, it's okay. Sit on my face.
Just let go.
Robert, help.
Okay, this music is not suiting for what's happening right now. This is very out of...
And Marcus...
He's so elegant.
This is actually piloted by one of Rufflegator's mutes, Jufa. If me
mutes
calling them one of Rufflegator's mutes caused concern,
oh,
don't
mutes.
worry. It does sometimes happen that mutes in VRchat are treated like voluntary collectibles who may or may not be a blue-collar worker behind their headset, but Rufflegator has a lot of mutes. But just remember, not all mutes are like this, and some mutes are...
You have to know that every time you meet a nice, thick, feminine mute, that's a fanboy. It's always a fanboy.
Mute for a reason. But Marcus got so big people are making third-party merchandise of it and even uploading clips of it on different platforms, and also sending copyright takedowns to Rufflegator when he uploads to the same platform, even though he actually made the content. The internet really is lovely, isn't it? But yeah, VRchat for like the third time has been put back into the public eye, and the platform, as I always say, is nowhere near dying. It dominates.
Bro. Concord could never.
The niche it resides in, even with events like in mid-2022 when they removed modding capabilities for VRchat, which included things like performance fixes to this very, very unoptimized platform. And it fixed a lot of things in general, like full body, which was very finicky back then, and your perspective was always messed up when you did things like laid down. And of course, there was NSFW mods where you could physically interact with other people's avatars, like dragging players around on a leash with...
Yeah, that could surely never happen. My goodness. Wow, salute.
Most just used to hang people in the middle of a Black Cat lobby. But what
the fuck?
of these mods fixed the platform, made it more customizable and
Jesus.
enjoyable. And they took that all away in one update, adding easy anti-cheat and making it almost impossible to mod it anymore. Which pissed a lot of people off, and some were attempting to boycott the platform, saying they were going to go to other platforms like Chill Out VR, which was said to be a more optimized version of VRchat, but long term ended up dying because...
Wow. All 50 of them? Holy shit. That's more Concord. Yeah, absolutely.
One, some people found a way around the anti-cheat. Two, VRchat in the years to come actually just implemented most of what those mods did into the actual platform. Yes, even indirectly including the player interaction thing, which totally hasn't been used on avatars for ulterior motives, and some other features being locked behind the VRC Plus paid subscription. And third, before they actually implemented these features they took away, people crawled back anyway. Because face it, there is nothing like VRchat. If any of you said Roblox VR is a good alternative, I would just like you to look at the flowers real quickly.
It's alright, let's just look at the flowers. They are such beautiful flowers. Don't look at it.
Keep looking at the flowers, thank you.
It's beautiful.
But VRchat is dominating the social VR experience, and it's going to keep dominating for the years to come, as most platforms that attempt to do what VRchat does just genuinely fail. Because why would most jump ship to another platform that does exactly what VRchat does, when VRchat still exists and there's more people playing it? There really is no point. But just because VRchat for the 5th time is dominating this niche, I sound like such a VRchat glazer right.
You know, if I would be working in a donut factory, I would definitely fuck one of these donuts. They wouldn't even notice. They would be just like, wow, extra glaze. I would totally do it. This is why I wasn't born with a penis. It's like, because with great power comes great responsibility. And clearly, I cannot be trusted with it.
Now, it doesn't mean it's exactly a perfect platform. Actually, VRchat has a lot of problems and faces a lot of criticism on the daily. And said criticism isn't exactly wrong.
You know, if we would round up all the kids and we would send them to the mines, then the parents wouldn't have to parent their kids, but we would also not have to worry about them being on the internet. It would solve so many problems. And also it would teach them great like work ethic and whatnot. Yeah, we would have more jewelry, more workforce. I think it's such a good idea. Yeah. The bad.
Now, one of the biggest critiques of VRchat is regarding moderation, or lack thereof, and sometimes even criticism towards the VRchat team themselves. As through another Brandon FM video on VRchat, it was found that a VRchat developer, someone hired by VRchat and someone that had access to the VRchat
Austria cancelled
systems and backend, and was basically abusing their role, sharing sensitive VRchat information and much more, on top of having a very concerning past and track record to say the least. And in Brandon FM's words, some of this was shown to other VRchat developers and staff, yet allegedly nothing was done about it. Well, until the video went live. And the VRchat team did actually acknowledge it, saying they are looking into the situation.
We are aware of a video that got posted earlier today. From time to time, companies of our size receive allegations involving employees, and we take all these matters seriously. We've become aware of this video, like we know about it.
I'm gonna goon. JK, GG space Cato.
No gooning, not yet.
We're reviewing the situation carefully in line with our standard process. Out of respect for those involved, we're not going to be sharing additional details here. So if you're
They need to say this, otherwise they are in trouble. Don't worry, they are absolutely going to check up on it. Wink. No worries.
We're here to ask questions about it.
It's happening.
We're not going to be able to answer them while that review is ongoing.
Now, if this video by Brandon FM is correct and is to be trusted, then this also wasn't the first time VRchat only acknowledged something and took action after a video was made. As going back a year, Brandon FM made another video which went viral, mainly talking about how VRchat isn't safe for kids.
It's alright to have adult-only spaces. I really think we just have to round up all the children and push all of them into a hole, like a deep hole, and we can just like, you know how in the zoo you just like toss like bread at them and whatnot? We will do that, and when they are like 18, then they can come out of the hole. That's what we have to do. And then all of our problems, you don't have to like censor anything. You don't have to worry about, oh, are they watching YouTube? Can they see this on Netflix? No worries. They are in the hole.
And this led them to start testing and...
You mean school? No. Because school like still has like tablets and access to internet and phones and whatnot, and also the teachers have like no power like around the kids. Like the kids can throw chair at them and they just have to take it. No, how about like an island with like, I don't know, like turrets around it so that they cannot leave it. Like if they leave the island, then they get pulverized or something like that. You know, like a nice laser.
Age verification.
You want a battle royale them? Well, I mean, I don't want to say it like that, but since you brought it up, I wouldn't be against it, you know?
Earlier than intended, which is something they said they were going to release soon anyway.
Of course.
But obviously it's worrying that people have to make videos about these problems just to get a reaction or response from the VRchat team, even when in one case they supposedly had been made aware of these issues before said video had released. And even more confusing, as I mentioned in my previous video, apparently when discussing claims against VRchat through their community channels, often messages would be deleted.
Oh my, listen, if this is how your Discord looks like, you have mental illness. Like, brother, use the original, some dark version, none of this, like, eat my ass sort of, like, galaxy, whatever the fucking neon light thing. Jesus Christ. It's awful. What is this? Is this, like, back in the good old days when we didn't have proper browsers? Yeah, Aurora Borealis, my ass. Just can't you be normal? Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck? Listen, I like everything extra, okay? And I'm cutesy. I'm a girly girl. But even my Discord doesn't look like this woman, okay?
And users banned from mentioning them, but at the same time, messages and claims against those who made these videos were allowed to stay up. Another critique regarding moderation I often hear, and something I've been against, is age verification itself and it being behind a paywall, with said paywall being their subscription service VRchat Plus.
Wait, so you have to be paying for them to verify your age? I don't want that. I don't want them to check my age. What?
Now, to be fair, if you...
I have to pay so that I dox myself? That's... deal of the century. Hello?
Subscribe for just 1 month and verify like, within that month, you do keep your age verification going onwards even if you don't pay for the next month. And to give it to VRchat, they have recently talked about this and it's down to cost. They use a third-party company to verify people's ages, which costs them money.
We've had a lot of people ask us, essentially, when will it be free for everyone? Honestly, the answer is it probably won't be. Age verification costs us money, and opening it up to
probably never. We are broke as fuck.
Everyone is just something we can't do right now.
Now you could say, you know, other platforms like Roblox do their age verification for free. They actually use the same one VRchat does. So why can't VRchat also do it for free? Their estimated revenue is apparently 28 million per year, and they've released their own store, which must be making...
Wait. Why is there a store in VRchat? What can you buy? There's a credit store in VRchat? The fuck can you buy? ERP? Oh, come on. Surely not. Like, is it like for models or... surely they are not introducing an inside currency just for ERP. You're making my brain have a meltdown. It's not for ESAX. It cannot be for ESAX. It cannot, right? Stop looking at me so smugly. Stickers and items like the grown tube, magic missile effects, etc. Yeah, but that wouldn't earn them 28 million a year. Like, there is only so many people who wants to buy a grown tube.
Some money to cover said costs.
Right?
Well, I don't think Vrchat is remotely anywhere as big as Roblox, and I don't think they're going to get
28 billion. I could take that. I would accept it if they would gift me the 28 million, not gonna lie.
Give us an in-depth look into their finances anytime soon. So as of right now, you can't really say or prove Vrchat is lying about
Customized grown tube? Now you're talking about it.
why it isn't free. Personally, I hope in the future they find a way around this, and they did say they are looking into it. They could potentially do it in-house, but I don't think everyone would trust Vrchat with said information. I don't even think some...
Or hear me out, maybe... Crazy idea. Maybe they don't want age verification because it's good that they have the kids on it, because the kids are going to buy shit. Because they can use their birthday money, they can use mommy's credit card, they can use daddy's credit card, and they buy stupid shit. And adults who have work to do and taxes to pay and bills to pay, they don't want to buy the customized electric Boogaloo 2000 grown tube with the inbuilt penis vibrating function, you know? Maybe they just can't afford it.
Trust the third-party company doing it now. But with the paywall and potentially some people not wanting to age verify, it's led to some groups that maybe
I know, I want a grown tube now too. I'm just a little bit salty about it.
don't have a lot of people that are age verified, but still have 18 plus settings to not use the verified adult only lobbies, and they check ages the old fashioned way, where they ask when you were born, and if you are underage, they hope you can't do simple math.
Bro, meanwhile, that McDonald's guy is just getting like a BJ. Don't you think I'm not noticing it? I see it. That Ronald McDonald is getting a cheeky little BJ behind the counter. I see it. He's grown tubing. He's grown tubing so hard right now.
Can't do simple math. I'm 20, 50, 11, 2005.
Alrighty, you are good to go, man. I am gonna send you an invite to the group.
And just like that, I got instant access to the lobby. I wouldn't really entirely put this down to Vrchat moderation. Believe me, things were a lot worse before age verification. This is more of a Vrchat group problem, and it's not every group, but it's something that commonly happens on the platform. But this leads on to what I wanted to talk about next, and that is, in my opinion, kids should not be playing Vrchat, which is very...
No. You mean kids shouldn't be exposed to such levels of degeneracy? No, surely not. You wouldn't say that. No. I mean, listen. I understand that a parent cannot always watch what their kid is Googling or ChatGPTing or TikToking, right? But if your child has the VR set gear on his face and is bending over on their bed, you would think that they would notice that? You know, like that might be a little bit more noticeable. How dare you pick it? I'm just saying, like, how about you just don't buy VR gear to your kid? It's like problem solved. And you know, I don't know, like you can surely there is parental control on Steam or something, right?
Very hypocritical of me, because I started playing Vrchat when I was a kid, and to be honest, I grew up
it was different
around this platform, which is really fucking sad to say out loud. I really do need to reevaluate my life. But one of my first experiences...
Also, can I just say that he's like, hey, I grew up with Vrchat. Yeah, look at yourself, Mr. Royalty. Look what you've become. A degenerate YouTuber reporting about other degenerates.
This is in the first week I joined.
He turned out so well. He's a bird. He's a bird.
Was learning what a Dominus sub was, because the British education system didn't really
he's also British. No.
teach that. But this argument at this point has been hammered all the way home, that this platform isn't entirely safe for kids. And it's
shocking. That's crazy.
Often followed by the predator problem Vrchat faces, which you also see a lot about online. It's almost reiterated in every video that speaks critically of Vrchat, and it's probably going to be reiterated 1,000 more times because it is a problem. A good example I often use is one of the most notorious predators of Vrchat, Tech Gangster. And if you somehow have not heard of him, there's so many videos about him. But this clip will probably be enough to fill you in.
13!
You know what? You know what's funny? I'll still jack off to them.
I've had thoughts.
This guy.
Dude, what the fuck? You see, you never hear outrage on Twitter by the freaking tourist crowds over shit like this. Which is like a real person interacting in an online place with another real person. This is not a problem in their head. But oh, you're watching anime that is like animation and it's not real? Oh yeah, that's a problem.
He is still on the platform, people still see him quite regularly, often in the presence of those underage, and he shows no remorse for his actions.
She's 15 years old.
No, she's actually 12. She's 12.
Bro, ew. Dude. Come on.
15 years old, dude, and you just had that shit.
And his accounts do get banned, but he always comes back, each time with a different alt account. And
that's just fucked up, man. That's disgusting.
It does beg the question, what is Vrchat doing about this? It's been
nothing, obviously.
Years since this guy started doing this on the platform, and when you report people like Tech Gangster, as it states on their website, they do supposedly get in contact with legal authorities. And to give them the benefit of the doubt, maybe something...
I have a feeling that's not entirely true, because if you would give this to your local friendly FBI agent, then I don't think that the guy would come back with the 10 trillionth alt account.
Is being done behind the scenes, but like many others, I can only comment on what I see. I still see him on the platform continuing to do what he does, and you see a new Vrchat Predator exposed video almost every week. But you should still report these people if you encounter them to Vrchat, to online organizations, and if possible, directly to law enforcement. Vrchat in general, with what you see with avatars, some of the worlds, to the groups of the game, and in my opinion, still isn't for kids. But that doesn't mean as soon as kids play this game, they are immediately exposed to the worst of humanity. I'm sure a lot of lobbies are completely fine. And it's not like Vrchat staff are completely unaware of what happens on their platform. A lot of them are past players, and they have briefly mentioned or referenced it in some of their live streams. And to once again be fair to Vrchat, they are facing quite the pickle. They either drastically...
I thought Vrchat was 21, but like age? I'm not even sure if there's any age limit on it. Like maybe 16 plus at most? 14 plus? I don't know.
Childproof their game, like removing the option to upload avatars, and you can only access avatars on their store checked by them. Or they do the thing Roblox does where you utter a single syllable of a bad word and you're sent to the void. Or they fully commit.
I feel like they should change it to 16 plus. I feel like when you're 16 and you're a teenager, then it's like, I don't know. It's like less bad if you hear a bad word or something, but like you're such a child at 12 and 13. It's, I don't know. Especially if you know that things like this happen, or like, I don't know. I was more adult at 13 than you are now. Okay, shut the fuck up!
To being an adult platform, man? But either way, they lose a good chunk of their player base and potentially kill their platform.
Alright, Grandpa, you were just born old. Be like that. That's very... What a sexist thing to say. Is it because I'm a girl? Is it because I'm blonde? Is it because I don't have the boob of consent? What the hell?
Where people will just mass migrate to another platform and the same issue will repeat. And this conundrum is not unique to VRchat. Once again mentioning Roblox that has rightfully been treated like a public outhouse lately, and it faces the same issues. A platform that I would say that has predominantly been for kids, yet can't decide fully if it is for kids or adults, leading to some very questionable choices they have doubled down on. But going back to VRchat, there's an attempt to find a middle ground between the adult and non-adult, and yes, it isn't perfect, but credit where credit is due, they have been trying and they can only do so much. Parents do share the responsibility.
Now, man, I blame this entirely on the parents. Like, if you buy your 13-year-old a VR kit with, like, you know, the headset and everything, then that's on you, buddy. I'm sorry. I don't blame the kid. I mean, whoever is doing mean things to the kid is like, yeah, you're fucked up, but it's on the parent. Like, you're like a retard and you shouldn't have kids.
And should see what their kids are doing on this platform. It is a 13 plus with adults.
Yeah, just like buy them Minecraft and just let them play Minecraft or whatever, or Legos or trains. I don't know. Get them to have an autistic fixation on Factorio. Your child will not leave the room for at least 2 years. Easy.
Supervision, arguably, should be much higher. And staff can't be in every lobby. They can't stop every bad actor. And they have been making changes to things like the report system, and they've recently said they are dedicating more money to user safety and security. But only time will tell. What I can say is I hope VRchat is more careful about who they employ. Once again, if that Brandon FM video is true, I hope we get...
There's always problem with the British. You know, I think we just have to start branding the British. And most of the times when you have a problematic content creator, British. Pokemon's boy toy, British. The guy who was threatening his girlfriend, British.
Clarification or even transparency of why some things are the way they are on the platform. And I hope they keep working and eventually find the answer to...
The UK government is banning us because you are the problem. That's why.
Some of the problems the platform faces.
You guys are too dangerous. Oh my god. The good...
Nope, I'm with you. We are not doing a segment like this for this platform. It in no way deserves it. This is the most degenerate platform I have ever seen.
I was about to say that. Wow, there is a good... Hold up.
If you couldn't tell, I absolutely fucking hate VRchat. I thought it was obvious, to be honest. I hate it as much as your average Siege player hates playing Siege.
Take SSD, have some funky strats.
How are we losing a post plan? God damn!
I hate it.
Jesus Christ. That's... Wow. Do you think that he was maybe angry a little bit?
Like how your average Tarkov player hates going into a raid just to be the only one not hacking.
Nah. That's what it feels to play DBD. That's the exact same feeling.
I hate it like your average Overwatch player who has to force themselves to play the game when we all know it died years ago and there's probably more effort being done by the Rule 34 creators than the actual game devs.
True.
But don't worry, they just added an...
It's okay, just play Marvel Rivals. It's so much better. Just, we don't talk about Overwatch anymore. Dude, that's how I know that the game is dead. I don't even see corn about it anymore. I literally don't. I see more of the Resident Evil 4 remake than from Overwatch.
Another Kiriko skin. But the correlation I'm trying to make here, maybe except the Overwatch player, is sometimes despite being completely frustrated with something and saying you hate it, some will still keep interacting with said thing, either down to nostalgia of when it was better, or the good old days if you will, or through the frustration, they still have love for it. I'm a bit of both. Yes, this is the cheesy part of the video. If you have lactose intolerance, I hope you drop your guts in the toilet. Yeah.
Okay, kind of rude, but fine. I guess I will.
Yes, I do love Vrchat. I have 3,000 hours in the game. And what people most commonly ask me is how? How do you have that many hours in a game when most of the time all you do is
personal
talk?
real quick.
And that's the part of Vrchat you don't often hear about. Yes, the loudest voice you hear regarding this platform.
How much do I have? How many hours? I must not have that much. Let me just check. Vrchat. I only have 434 hours. That's basically not. Oh my god! Royalty is so damn bad. What the fuck?
Is the cringe, the horny, and the problems. But that is not all there is to it. The quieter part is the communities, the events, that people put a lot of effort into, with some that you didn't even think would be possible in virtual reality. The community made worlds, from the small little cozy rooms to the huge outdoor areas that look amazing, to the horror maps, to the dying mini games, to the let's grind hours doing actual slave labour to build a virtual Tower of Babel. Or it's going into a public lobby, not knowing anyone, you find someone making an absolute fool of themselves and you express such, and it turns out the person next to you also shares that opinion and you start talking, the subject changing from interest to their terrible excuse of why
I would never do that. I don't think I would survive a public lobby. Just talking to people? I don't think so, man. No.
they are always in a female avatar, and by the end of it they send you a friend request, and like many other people on the platform, you accept it with the knowledge you will probably never talk to this person ever again. And if you somehow do, it will be the usual awkward interaction of the two of you trying to remember how the fuck they got on your friends list. But the next day they do join you again in a public lobby, and the day after that, again. You actually start playing games other than Vrchat together, but you do both occasionally come back to the platform. And years later, you're shooting guns with them in Florida, and they still wear female avatars.
Ah, wait, is this his like backstory? How he got together with his girlfriend or something?
Or alternatively, some fucknut with their friends group decide to troll you, but you take it on the chin and you actually join them in trolling people. And years later, he still calls you slurs.
Boyfriend? Oh, sorry. He has a boyfriend?
Being white, and you're trying to find an effective one for him. You just haven't found it yet. Trial and error, I will find it soon. Or simply you beat an absolute idiot at chess and make fun of him for playing Fortnite, and months later you beat his ass in a 1v1 in Fortnite, and years later, you still talk. Now I get it, all of these interactions can happen anywhere on the internet, but Vrchat is a bit different. Every time you log on, it's a different experience, a different perspective.
Hey, I know that person. What do you mean, Drumsy? Hello? I am 99% sure that this is a certain Filipino boy. Is that Jim? Who the fuck is Drumsy?
Not every lobby is the same, and that is coming from someone that started this platform with no interest in it, or any interest in interacting with strangers.
Filmed by Drumsy, but what about Fillian? Come on.
It's online, but somehow I did. And on your journey, you slowly start to understand why people obsess over this platform. Obviously, there's some that take that to a worrying level, almost breathing and living in Vrchat, and you are going to occasionally encounter the unsavory parts of this platform, but once again, that isn't every lobby, or every...
Bo would absolutely fuck that wolf. I know. I just looked at it and I was like, yeah, Bo would fuck that wolf.
Person, and I think there's something for everyone on this platform. And once again, there really is nothing like Vrchat. But I will say, in my opinion, it's only enjoyable with friends. Doing it solo is like dragging your balls through shards of glass. Now, for those of you still wondering about those 3,000 hours of apparently just talking to people,
that's hardcore pegging sessions in private. You don't even need to know. You don't have to tell. I know everything.
To be truthful, if I had to break it down, a good percentage of that was watching movies with friends, when they had worlds with all the movies loaded into them, even the new ones, before they had to remove all of them.
Oh no, this was actually such a good idea. It's like a virtual cinema. Oh man, God, I hated Black Phone.
Probably due to copyright. World hopping was another thing I did a lot, looking at what the community had made. Minigames was a big one, especially when I first started, still waiting for Freeze Tag to come back from the grave. Then there's going into publics, talking to people, but most times it just turns into judging people from afar. People watching as a small hobby of mine, you would not believe how many therapy sessions and breakdowns people have had in public.
People watch. It's like going to the zoo, but you actually just absorb the VR chat people. You can like throw like little food at them, like some grains, some popcorn.
Worlds. It is genuinely entertaining. It's my personal slop content where I can feel better about myself, knowing I'm not the person that got caught cheating on their IRL husband with someone on VR chat and for some reason they decided to vent about it in a public lobby. I also sometimes meet some of you degenerates in these publics in which I tell you you've got the wrong person, you're crazy, I don't sound like that person, I don't know that name, and that you should probably promptly
he's too famous!
bust. But despite shitting on this platform so much, I do still like it. Yes, I do miss the old days where publics were more sociable and tolerable, and yes, the platform does have a lot of issues, but for the last time, it's not everywhere. And in the current day, if you tell anyone in a social setting
I could go into a public world and just sit like this in the corners, just like they don't know I'm a streamer. They don't know.
regularly play VR chat, it is still a death sentence. But that is VR chat. This may be the last annual VR chat video unless something drastic happens or changes with the platform, but you
even with my avatar, I don't think that many people would recognize
will still
me.
be getting your occasional VR chat colonoscopy
I would be
surrounding specific
invisible.
topics that catch my attention, because I did just pay for a world and an avatar, and yes, it may be a tax write-off, but I may as well get some use out of them. Also, thank you to Matt for making this world, by the way.
It's a Hungarian person, hello? Must be a furry.
But there isn't really much else to say, except fuck you, and bye-bye.
Aww. Must be a furry. I can't believe it, that he furred on us. What the fuck? Hell yeah, Martin is not a really Hungarian name.